Another day, another clip of the ugly women from The View spewing nonsense. Thank you for watching Bring the Asteroid. Make sure you like today's video, subscribe to the channel, check out our YouTube store, and we'll get right into it.
These stories are really hard to do, but we have to do them because it's what's going on, but it's tough. That's why I wanted to start with something that uplifted and brought a smile. Because as millions of children head back to class here in America, we are already mourning a school shooting tragedy. Yesterday, a 14-year-old suspected gunman killed 2 students, 2 teachers, and wounded 9 others with an AR-style gun at Appalachia.
Q ban the guns. Q taking away your Second Amendment rights.
High School in Winder, Georgia. Now, both presidential candidates spoke about it on the campaign trail yesterday. Take a look.
It's just outrageous that every day in our country, in the United States of America, that parents have to send their children to school worried about whether or not their child will come home alive. It's senseless. It is, we've got to stop it. And we have to end this epidemic of gun violence in our country once and for all. You know, it doesn't have to be this way.
It's a sick and angry world for a lot of reasons. And we're going to make it better. We're going to heal our world. We're going to get rid of all these wars that are starting all over the place because of incompetent American leadership. And we're going to make it better.
Talk about a digression. He went from the school shooting to wars. What is the guy? He's losing it.
Right. But Joe Biden hasn't been losing it. Okay, Joy, okay.
Just saying.
I mean, I'm not even sure how to pose this question, but, you know, does it feel like one of these folks is ready for the job and one of these folks is not sure what
But Joe Biden has been ready for the job. What are you talking about?
the hell is going on?
Can I show a clip from February of Donald Trump where he was talking to the NRA? Now you'll see which one you should vote for on this particular topic. Watch this.
Okay.
During my 4 years, nothing happened, and there was great pressure on me having to do with guns. We did nothing.
We did nothing. Nisht. Nada.
It's also,
Niente.
it's also not even true because he did sign a law banning bump stocks, which
So
was
he's
then
lying
reversed
about
by the Supreme
himself?
Court. Yeah, that wasn't even accurate.
He probably didn't remember.
It always
He can't
feels
keep his lies straight.
It feels weird to talk politics in light of a tragedy, but we're in a political season, and voting and getting the right candidates is how you solve issues like mass shootings, which are so unique to this country. Listen, it is a universal fear, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, to send your kids to school and think that they might be a victim of a school shooting. There are ways to address it, and the key is that candidates make clear they are not coming for safe, lawful, legal gun owners who are never going to use that firearm to pose harm to someone else. But they are going to address the issues that the vast majority of Americans support. 87% support background checks.
Does she have a lisp? Comment below what you think. I kind of hear one.
80% support red flag laws. 77% support waiting periods.
How many people support getting rid of AR-15s?
I don't have that in front of me, but Pennsylvania, the critical must-win swing state of Pennsylvania, 40% of adults own guns in that state. The Second Amendment is in their DNA. So you have to be able to talk about solutions that makes very clear you are not coming to take legal, lawful gun owners. You're coming to address people who might cause a harm to themselves. And by the way, you can't separate the mental health aspect of this. A 14-year-old shooting up a school is not normal. That is not somebody who is well. He could have posed a harm to himself. So we have to address both of those crises.
But don't the Republicans keep knocking down mental health measures all the time?
I'm not saying that the party's handling it. Who I do point to is Chris Murphy and Tom Tillis, who came together and did sweeping reforms, but it's not enough. You have to address both.
Well,
it's
such
a divisive
on
system.
the mental health thing, though, because I say this every time we talk about this. People that suffer from mental health illnesses are 10 times more likely to be the victims of crime, violent crimes, than they are to commit it. So I'm not saying that there isn't a mental health problem here, but that seems to be the first thing that we jump to, right? Mental health. When
But
really
I talked about guns first.
When I'm not talking about you personally, I'm talking about the country. And so the common denominator, though, there's mental health all around the world. But we seem to be the only country that has 14-year-olds killing people.
Yeah, do you think they're not nuts in New Zealand? They're crazy there, too, right?
So it's really about,
my gosh, these women really want the government to take away your guns. How does that make you guys feel? These women think that they know best, that the framers of the Constitution were quite literally idiots. Yeah, they had no idea what they were talking about. These ugly, stupid women. If it were my channel, I would say a different word, but women on The View, yeah, they really do. They are the modern day framers of the Constitution. They should be the ones running the country. They are so smart. That's why they want to elect a literal hoe as our president. Yeah, they don't care that she got ahead by giving head. Nope, they love it. They revel in it. That's our hoe, they say. Okay, okay. You know what? Maybe American citizens should be allowed to protect themselves. I don't know. Crazy thought. I know. Aren't you guys the same people that think that cops are too much? Which, by the way, me too. I don't like cops. Okay, the cops are another arm of the government. Ew. But they say defund the police. We need less police, but yet you can't protect yourselves either. So what? The only people that should be allowed to have weapons are criminals? Because under what they want, that's precisely what would happen.
I think getting rid of these assault rifles, I think it's getting rid of high-capacity magazines. And if you look at the DNC platform, and if you listen to what they were saying during the DNC, they want to ban assault weapons. They want to ban high-capacity magazines. They want to end the gun industry's immunity from liability, which I think is really important, because if your kid gets killed, you can't even sue the gun owners. You know, they want to increase funding to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and most importantly, I think the gun violence epidemic has been deemed to be a public health issue.
Yeah.
And so that's where the money will come from. The money will come from the CDC and the National Institutes of Health. So there is a way to fund gun violence research.
But the number one death of children in this country is school violence, gun violence.
Gun violence is the number one thing. But this is such a divisive issue when it comes to removing a gun, although I agree we shouldn't have these types of rifles. But if you keep bumping into that same wall, there's no progress made. And as Michelle Obama said in the DNC speech, if you see something, don't sit around and complain about it. Get something done. Because another thing this Georgia school said, thank you, Georgia has an F in gun safety laws. That's obviously the worst you can get. A child in Georgia should not be deemed less worthy of safe laws and responsible gun laws. And one of the things, in addition to the things you guys have said, is there was a technology called Centegix that the Georgia had just implemented a week before, where teachers will have, rather than arming them with weapons, a button that gives geolocation, and that is why the law enforcement was there so fast.
Sarah, it's the guns.
I know, but
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. This happened yesterday. Right. Can we just right now, we'll talk about it more, but right now, our hearts are with those families who are living through this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Whoopi. Thank you.
Back in 2022, I lost.
Pause that. Yeah, their hearts are with the families, even though they took this entire segment to politicize a tragedy. Thanks, women. Thanks, women. As always, like this video and stop watching The View unless you're watching our channel making fun of them. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Bring the Asteroid.